it is a very sick and twisted ideology being passed around the planet. You want to make sure that you're not participating in this, because those who are participating in this, we're ultimately going to see the destruction of them as the bifurcation proceeds and the separating of 3D consciousness and 5D consciousness continues. Imagine this. I am a queen, and I'm going to crucify my son because I am a queen. I can do whatever I want to do. I'm like a god. And I'm going to crucify my son in the most horrendous way I can possible. A super slow, torturous death that spans across 3 days. And I'm going to have the people that care about him very much, and I'm going to make sure I have them present to watch this happen. And after I am done torturing him for 3 days, I'm going to tell the people in my kingdom that anytime they need something, to plead the blood of my innocent son that I murdered, and this will be how you will receive divine intervention. Just take that in for a moment. So each time someone prays and they say, I plead the blood of this innocent man, each time you are permitting bloodshed of innocent people to occur, because you are in agreement verbally and energetically to be the one who uses suffering of an innocent person as your tool of healing. Now, what we think are Satanists, you can compare this to satanic ritual abuse. It's really similar. It's blood sacrifice, and it's expecting an outcome. Now, I don't subscribe to the belief of Satanists and any of that, because I just call stuff like what I see it instead of using tags, but it kind of helps you to see how demented it is to use innocent bloodshed as the invocation you perform to get healed. You see? So what happens is the people who are supposed to be speaking something into the universe to shift the paradigm in a positive way have been deceived. So everything that they speak and do that they think is coming from their spirit that is helpful is actually mass spell casting to keep the simulated matrix of 3D consciousness and programming, so that souls remain in contracts to be force reincarnated, to feed our life force energy to those in high positions that are parasites from other dimensions. This is where we are right now. So to detox religion is to detox the karmic contracts that were created when you were participating in any of this. And if you're still participating in this, this is an opportunity for you to exit the mental enslavement. Now, excuse me, I had to take care of something, but as for the insanity of religion. What's even more insane and horrifying is that when we pray as we were taught to pray, when we pray that way, when we say things like, "Get thee behind me, Satan," right? When we pray like that, we're directing that to dark energy, but not just dark energy, specifically dark feminine energy. Check me out here. If you look at what Satan supposedly did throughout the Biblios, Helios, okay, and you compare it to the things that women did, you'll see that it was a very esoteric communication in there, that women are somehow the demons, the mother of all demons, who had sex with Satan, the devil, and all children that come from that lineage of Ham or black, right? It's so many little trickery things about this grimoire called the Biblios Helios, which is created with reverse astral theology, where you say that, and when you say that, you're saying the same people that go to court and lay their hand on this book and get charged for things that they probably didn't even do time for things that Caucasians would not do any time for. Look at the industrial prison complex. What book are they using for that spell casting they call court to happen? They are playing God and putting people in hell. They just changed the name and put a J on the front of it. How ironic. It's just another Jesus slave ship, little J. Jail ran by Jesus, so it's jail, but it's really hell. It's tricky, you see. So what happens is, when we do that, we're giving power and permission for people to be wrongly judged for wrongdoing just because of their genetic lineage. Anything that you look up statistics about that is based on race is really about genetics and the codes that their lineage holds. There is power in anything that you see a high number of indigenous people on the planet experiencing. The high number of black women in church, why is that? Because they are some of the most powerful natural born witches in this world. And witch does not mean a negative thing. Witch is someone who uses energy for the purpose of healing and for the purpose of nature and the cycles of nature. That's all that is. You know, if you pay attention to herbs, if you pay attention to the stars, if you pay attention to spirit guides, spirit animals, insects, synchronicities, numbers, you would have been someone they would have called a witch back in the day. So let's neutralize that word here, because I really don't like using tags, but let's just neutralize that word in this conversation for now. Just sit aside. That's a whole video for another time, okay? But Satan, under my feet, Satan. When we do that, we're spell casting to keep people oppressed. That's why on every planet where there is monotheistic religion taking place, you see a very negative societal conditioning that's put in place to keep those people in conditions of poverty and violence. Because when certain people are traumatized it gives off a flavor of seasoning that the archons enjoy so much. Because there is trauma stored inside of their minds on a subconscious, unconscious level. There are horrendous things that happen to them and that they even done in past lives, and they are unaware of that, because we were sure to tell people reincarnation is not real. Matter of fact, it's evil. Don't look that way. You see, don't look over there. Astrology, don't look there. Divination, don't look over there. That's bad. It's evil. Well, can I look here? No, don't look there either. Right? And we wonder why it seems like all of these racial discrimination tactics are like getting these upgrades and continuing to be used. You know, we watch black people get murdered every day. We see strange fruit hanging from the tree being murdered, streamed on our social media platforms. Similar to the lynching parties, you know, we can just watch it from home now. See, it didn't stop. It just took on a new form. Energy doesn't die, it takes on a new form. And when we give energy to someone else's ideology, aka thoughts, we are feeding a thought form and giving it power to do what it does, and it's mostly happening below our veil of consciousness. That's why awakening is the key to evolution. So in the religious detox, I'm going into every area of enslavement that I have been led to decipher, so that you can take your power back. The religious detox is available at newverselive.com. If this conversation enlighten you, imagine what it will be like for me to share with you, completely uncensored, what I have discovered and the solutions. And I go out of my way to make things simple and effortless to approach. But if the heart has not surrendered, it's going to be difficult, because this is absolutely me directing your eyes to what you were told not to look at, so that you will be able to see the divinity within the darkness. That is true shadow work when it is done properly. This course neutralizes judgment, guilt, and the inner critic that we have on loop that was created by the mass spell casting that we call religion, the binding. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to all the new people on Mighty Networks. I have something really special I'm cooking up for Mighty Networks, so you might want to check that out. All links will be in the description. And for those of you who are not new to this, but you true to this, you already know what I'm about to say. Man, your third eye has just been kissed. Peace and power.